This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
It is Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie. Welcome to the Wednesday podcast. We've got to put a little video together if you want to go check it out on our Instagram account. We sang a bit of country, put the old cowboy hats on, Kate.
You did. I even brought mine from home.
I was trying to work out, did you wear that outfit just on the day and I wasn't here, or
No,
did
you
get
were
dressed
here.
up for it?
We snuck around.
Love you in a flanny.
Laughed behind your back.
Did you really? That's very interesting.
Lols are on whip.
Kate's so bogan that she doesn't wear flannelette. Flannelette wears Kate Ritchie.
Wow. I don't know what you mean. And a great opportunity for you to choose one of your many wigs from the top cupboard in the office, Ryan.
Love it. You can check out the film clip right now. Congratulations to Trent. He was our
Trent.
podcast password
Well
winner.
done, Trent.
Got in, Trenty?
He's won some merch. Frankincense and merch. He's won.
Oh, good one. It's not even Christmas.
No, it's not.
It feels like Christmas when you're doing gags like that.
Gold frankincense. Hey, Tommy, can we get some speed dealer glasses?
Absolutely.
Customised Fitzy, Wippa and Kate Ritchie.
That's such a good idea.
Well, I mean, we're trying to hold on to and get
No,
a
they're
reprint of
back.
the Win Wednesday, Win the Week
They're
t-shirts.
popular.
Are they? Which ones are they?
But, you know, just the real slick black ones around you.
Oh, yeah. Like our nets used to be.
Yeah.
Arnett used to do. I had Arnett. What were they called? Arnett
Foxskins.
something. And I had the, they were metallic blue with mirrored lenses. Oh, wow. I was so cool.
Also on the podcast, when did you didn't realise you're actually talking to a celebrity?
Oh, yeah.
Those moments where you're having a conversation and you think, God, you look familiar. I just can't, I don't know why.
Cannot place you.
Kate's got a great story. You'll hear that on the podcast. Enjoy.
Thanks, Web.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Time travellers. Do you think they really exist, the time travellers? I think we've had somebody on the show before, actually, haven't we, Tommy?
Yeah.
This one on TikTok, which is getting a lot of traction, says that he has been to 2,671. A great year. A really good
come
year.
on. 2,671.
Yeah.
So how many years ahead are we talking here? Well, 600 odd
600
years,
something,
650 odd years?
Yeah, long way into the future. I would suggest the planet won't be here in the existence as we know it.
So what would we be then? We'd be great grandfathers.
And the rest.
Come around, gather around, kids.
How are you?
Well, you know what? With technology, we could still be alive. You never know.
Do you know what? I reckon I'll just be in a glass cabinet, kind of frozen since the day I've died, but there'll be a button somewhere, maybe a foot pedal, where you can hear some great catchphrases from over the years that I've had, like, Win Wednesday, Win the Week.
And you'll have
And
just
the mouth
generations of Whipleys going, when are we going to get his will, Mum?
When is it?
God, when is he going to die?
Come on. I'm sure he's dead. He hasn't moved. He's been in there for 300 years. What about this, though? Because I'm going to work backwards here, because this guy has come out and said there's a lot going on in the second half of this year. So, he's been to the end of this year as well, and he can tell you what's going on month by month. So, on
Do
December...
we win the Women's World Cup?
He hasn't got that. Did you want to place a bet, did you?
No, so we're looking pretty good, Australia, at the moment.
December 25th of this year, Christmas Day, Elon Musk's SpaceX sends 12 people to a new planet called Vesta.
What a load of crap.
That's on Christmas Day. He's been there, mate. Don't question him. He's been
the
there.
The last shot I saw of SpaceX wasn't going too well.
That was a bit of a rough landing. December 9 of this year, a new planet randomly appears in the solar system. It's between Earth and Mars.
Oh, come on.
What about
As
this?
if we haven't picked up a planet. If there's a planet there, we would have picked it up a long time ago.
Here's an interesting one. November 29 of this year. That's not far away. Genetic engineering is finally made public, right? And they merge a chimpanzee with a human, and they have offspring together. The child is born with chimpanzee hair.
Wow, like a spoodle.
Yeah. But it can't talk.
Can you have them as pets?
I don't think you can have them as pets.
Oh,
I've got
damn.
3 in the backyard.
Okay.
They're doing all the work in the garage at the moment, guys. So that's going to happen as well. Here's the big one, November 22. Genetic engineering is finally made public, allowing you to customise your children. So you can take anything, and I'm not just talking about genetic conditions, right, where you might have some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say imperfection. You might have some sort of disease that can be eradicated by science. This allows appearance modifications as well.
No, I don't think. It's
So
not
you
like-
can go into like a design lab and go that. So you'd be look at you. I
Yeah.
mean, there's so many things you would change.
Not at all.
If you could choose the offspring.
Like what?
Oh, besides the obvious, you'd probably do maybe bags under your eyes.
What, as a kid? Take them away.
Well,
Jeez,
you know
that's
it's the future.
interesting.
Your hair, of course, you would hope for more hair
Ah, right, okay.
for your offspring if you'll design a perfect
You
baby.
know, I was born with a head of hair.
Yeah, I know, but it went pretty quickly. So all these sorts of little things.
Right.
You can go in and go, well, I'd like my kid to have hair till the day he dies.
Yeah.
Right? So you can do that.
You can't. This will not
You can
happen.
choose. I'd like my kid to... I mean, what... I don't know what I would change. Nothing really, so it'd be a waste of time on me. I mean, people would be coming to me and going, can I take a quick photo of you? Why? Because, well, I want to show the lab what perfection looks like. I want to get one of those made.
He's just in his own world at the moment. I feel like
I want one of those,
you're
mate.
time travelling at the moment. You're back in 2003 just
I'm going
doing a
backwards.
radio show by yourself, community radio.
Time traveller's gone back.
Have you checked out whatif.com's top 10 winter weekenders yet?
How good's a what if tip?
Tweed Heads is in there, Lakes Entrance, Albury, Bendigo.
Yeah, you better book your winter getaway on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
This is unbelievable. It's one of the greatest days of your life. It's amazing. It's the day that you get married and you walk down the aisle with the love of your life. All your family, your friends, the closest people
Stressful day.
around you are
Can be.
there. The ceremony, and you know when the ceremony's finished, you sign, you put down your signatures, and it's official.
Yeah.
I love that moment that when you get up, whether it's in a church, could be outside or wherever, and then you get to walk back down the aisle and high five everyone, and
They throw rice.
Everyone cheers.
Confetti.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to throw confetti anymore.
No, you
No,
can't.
you're not.
Bad for the environment.
So, Kate, I'm going to show you this. I think you're going to get quite angry. But Cynthia Umunzi is her name. She's actually had to take this down off of TikTok because it got 40 million views. And it's very controversial because as she's walking back down the aisle, her husband is holding her hand with his right hand. With his left hand, he's on his phone checking messages.
Are you serious? Oh, is that?
don't think-
Okay, so this is them.
This is them. Look at her.
He's not even looking.
She's looking at everyone. She's so happy.
Is he doing dog face with a filter or anything like that?
He's not acknowledging anyone.
Oh, look, she's even having a little boogie there.
Yeah.
There's obviously music playing.
Her
Oh,
mum's
I'm so
following
happy.
behind. Oh, he's still on his phone. He's made it outside. He's still on his phone. I think he's doing Wordle.
He's still got the phone in his hand.
That's
Put-
5
put
letters.
the phone away.
Oh, my God.
and
Look at him.
he's back on it now.
Yeah, he is. Well, someone just liked something on Instagram. He had to check out who the follow was.
I've got a feeling that if you can't keep your husband's attention while you're walking down the aisle after just being married,
Yeah.
you have got no hope
I mean, is he trying
beyond
to...
that.
Is he trying to organise the Uber to the reception? I don't know, Katie. He wants
Well,
to
you
make
never
sure the
know.
car's there on time.
He's playing it. He's playing her favourite song as they exit the church.
Well, poor Cynthia had to take the video down because the majority of the messages was, "I'm sorry,
up with him.
Cynthia, but this marriage is over.
It's doomed.
Oh, my
It is
God.
doomed." It's like when one of them get angry. You know the tradition of you cut the cake, you have a bite, and you slam it into.
I
into
hate
your-
that.
Do you hate that?
So
I think
I.
it is so. I actually think
Disrespectful.
the act of putting cake in someone else's face is is humiliation
Something
and
that's
it's
funny.
abuse.
It's like throwing a shoe.
Do you think it's
yeah,
a-
spitting on
spitting.
someone, putting cake in their face. I actually
Yep.
think it's highly
Well, I
offensive.
said, Timmy,
I don't think it's funny at all.
One of my good
Timmy
mates,
Boston.
Timmy Boston, up in Port Douglas, I think he got married. But I remember, because I was in the party, Kate, and I remember Timmy was so nervous that he had to knock off a Peter Stuyvesant before Simone got there. So he's smoking away, and then all of a sudden he didn't know that the car had rocked up. Simone's halfway down the aisle, and he's turned around and he's just lit up a durry.
He's halfway through his
And
gas pump.
I then watched a man annihilate a cigarette in 30 seconds.
Oh, he didn't put it out as soon as he saw her.
Oh,
And then as she just got to him, this beautiful moment, Timmy just puts it into his forefinger and his thumb, and he flicks it off, off to the side, and he turns to her and he says, "You look so beautiful."
And
today."
then imagine
Breathing nicotine all over her.
You may now kiss the bride as he drains his nicotine lungs into her mouth with his black tongue. Oh, yuck, Timmy Boston.
Well, the worst possible time for someone to be on the phone. If you've got a story, 13 24 10. Stephanie in Penrith, what have you got for us, Steph?
Hi, so I'm still mortified. I was just scrolling through Facebook a couple of weeks ago and someone had actually gone live at a funeral.
Oh, gone live. Was that for the people that couldn't attend the funeral?
Look, I'd assume so, but I feel like if you can't really be there, then it's not really something that you would want to air out.
Yeah, I agree. Are you watching?
Don't they do those things where you can kind of link in now?
Yeah, they do.
Especially
Stream it.
throughout COVID, they had to introduce these things for all of the people who couldn't attend and who wanted to.
There have been a lot of people who have been busted as well with a viewing of the body. Have
selfie.
decided to come for one last selfie.
Coffin selfie.
And get themselves in their cake.
Put
a couple of filters on it.
Do
so
sad
weird,
face.
liking a sad moment,
Isn't it?
Is it just acknowledge? Do you like it, or are you acknowledging it?
You're not liking it, are you? You're just recognising.
You put the crying filter on yourself if you don't feel too emotional.
Yeah, if you can't or you do the one with the eyes wide open and the triple chins.
Or what about the beret and the hot
I'll do
red
the French
lipstick?
beret on the dead body. That is so funny. Died a happy Frenchman. I've never seen him like this before, guys. Like. Oh, here we go.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I want you to cast your memories back to the year 2001.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great year.
September 11.
Is this it? Some
Do you
great
remember
albums.
anything about it?
September 11.
Oh, actually, that is true. And the Grammys, which is the story I'm going to tell, was about, I did it again,
Right,
Britney
Britney
Spears. And the Grammys were on about 5 days before September.
Right.
And Britney Spears, I don't know why they're saying it's a 20-year anniversary, but she's reflecting on the night. She performed her hit Slave for You or something like that.
What a great
She's
song.
dancing in a cage with a tiger and snakes.
God,
and
she
things
was
like
good.
That.
Was she?
She's amazing.
Was she with Justin then?
She was,
That was
and she spoke about being incredibly nervous about the performance and the fact that he gave her a really big pep talk,
Herpes.
5 minute,
Oh, pep talk.
5 minute pep talk,
That wasn't the double
and
denim
that it
night.
worked.
No.
Oh, what was that for?
That was another, I think that was a fancy dress party.
Right.
Someone's 30th.
And no, was it? No, it was the MTV Music
Yeah,
Awards
it
or something,
was.
wasn't
You're
it?
right, you're right.
I don't think it was the Grammys. Anyway, it turns out that Britney, even though she had covered the Rolling Stones' Can't Get No Satisfaction on one of her albums,
Yep.
she met Mick Jagger backstage on the evening of the Grammy Awards and had no idea who he was.
Could you imagine?
What?
Could you imagine?
He's one of the most recognisable musicians of all time. Long hair, skinny, good-looking guy.
How are you, wrinkly face? How are you going?
You talking to me?
No. I'm pretending to be Britney when I met the old man that is Mick Jagger.
Why do I have to play Mick?
I'm not saying we have to adopt roles here. I'm just. Could you imagine
okay.
what she would have been thinking?
Man.
How lovely to meet this old man. I wonder if he's a record label executive.
And why is he presenting an award? Because he was taking to the stage with Kid Rock.
Right, okay.
What?
So even if
Who
you
was? Mick Jagger was?
Yes.
Kid Rock's a loser. He is.
Who was he married to?
Pamela Anderson.
That's right.
Was he? You know, it's up there, Kate, with when... he is a loser.
Was that him?
Yeah, he's a stinker. When 4 or 5
He looks
seconds
so
came out.
dirty.
He's a
Do you remember
Trump
that?
fan.
When
He's-
Kanye West and Rihanna did 4 or 5 seconds, and
Yeah.
people said, because Paul McCartney was on it as well, on guitar, and people came out and said, oh my God, Kanye's going to do huge things for that new guy, Paul McCartney.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't even know about
it's
Paul
kids.
McCartney.
That has to be the youth, though, doesn't it?
The Paul McCartney one as well was the girl that got someone to take a photo with her and her friend, and in the background, walking through, in the background was Paul McCartney.
One of the most famous musicians of all time.
They had no idea until she posted it and said, here we are in San Diego having a great time, and everyone's going, are you kidding? Do you know who that is in the background? She had no idea who it was.
It's one of the Beatles.
Remember that story we played on the air a while ago? I think it was the Queen's security who told a story about when him and the Queen were having a picnic or a walk through the fields in Scotland.
A picnic?
Yeah, something like that.
No,
and
he just had to follow her around, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But they came across a couple of other hikers. And the hikers had no idea who the Queen was. So I was asking them, saying to them, the Queen, is often seen around this area. So they went into this banter about, apparently she's a lovely woman.
She's a lovely
I hear
lady.
she's great and enjoys the outdoors. You're right. Then got a photo with her.
How could you
So
not
they would
know
have
who
got
this-
home and gone, we met these lovely hikers when we were in the long grass in Scotland.
Yeah.
They would have gone, you
Beautiful.
idiot.
That's the
Old
lady
lady.
from the Queen.
That's the lady, from the coin and the stamp.
It's Helen
What's her
Mirren.
name again?
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Can you point at me so I know to
He
speak?
pointed at me and I didn't know what he was doing. Point at her.
And then I say something about Jada?
No, you don't have to do that. You've got the shit in front of you.
I know. We're going to talk about the secret to a long life.
Okay. I'm interested in this stuff. I want to be here forever.
He's going
you
to take,
really?
yeah, he's going to take human growth hormones.
I'm having a good time.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't want it to stop.
I went to a talk on the weekend with the author Jeanette Winterson. I spoke about it last week. And they did pose the question to the audience about, especially with the advancement of AI and all of these other things. Like, do you really want to live, if you had the opportunity to live forever, or at least extend your life for, say, 30 or 50 years,
No.
would you do it?
Flick me another 50.
100
Really?
years.
As long as my family is still with me.
Yes, and you have reasonable health.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I don't think your family wants you around for another 50 years, mate. You've had your run.
I thought you got it out of your system with
Give
the
it
last
to-
night song.
Give it to the next generation.
I don't...
You know what I mean?
As it turns out, believe it or not, my family love me.
Oh,
Like most family
I had a good
members.
chat to Ted about it the other day. I
what did
don't
he
know
say?
about-
They're like, how long is Dad going to hang around for?
Yeah, will Dad move out soon? No, Dad's loved. Don't worry about that. He's a very valued member of the family.
There's a woman living in the UK. She has just celebrated her 108th birthday.
Wow. Go, Granny.
Good effort.
108th.
And
Far
so
out.
was she interviewed? There's always a local
Yeah,
news station that comes down.
They do that. The nursing home put out, the
statement.
They were advertising that, we've got this woman, she's turning 108, send your well wishes. And she got hundreds of birthday cards and Facebook messages.
Do you know what it's
all
like?
that.
It's like a news agency who sells the winning lotto ticket, isn't it?
Hey, we got 108
Yeah,
in
look
here.
what we can do here.
She's on the billboard.
Yeah.
It just gets more expensive, though, doesn't
It's
it?
expensive to live here, but you'll live to 108. What do you want?
She claims that having dogs and not children is the secret to a long life.
What? She didn't have kids at all.
No, a groundhog a day keeps the doctor away is her
A Groundhog Day rots your life.
A greyhound a day.
Oh, I thought you said
What
groundhog.
did I
You
say?
said Groundhog Day.
Oh, did I?
Man, for
Sorry, I was
108
thinking about being here.
108 years, every day's the same? No, I don't want to do that. No way, no.
No, she had no. She had dogs,
Right.
and greyhounds.
What
of
race?
all the dogs.
Did she race them? Was she a racer?
Oh, maybe
Rita?
gambling.
could
Maybe
be.
gambling was.
She's
the
a mad
secret
punter. She
to
left that out, didn't she?
A long life.
So she didn't mention anything about red wine or coffee or...
No, they do tend to do that, don't they?
I love it when I hear one of those stories. Well, I would say that I'm alive today because I had a whole lot of red wine, a whiskey a day,
Yeah, and a packet of cigarettes.
a packet of cigarettes, dark chocolate, and then everybody sits back and goes, great, I'll start that now.
I'm just trying to work out, right? She's 108.
Yep.
You start getting pets. You fall in love with pets when you're younger, isn't it? Because you have a family dog.
Yeah, usually.
Dogs-
That kind of instills a love of
What's-
having a family.
Yeah,
What's
Lisa's granny got a new dog the other day, and she would be late 70s.
So let's
I
just
think
say.
that's good company.
So let's just say she
it's a
got
good
her
idea.
first dog when she was 10, right?
Okay, you're gonna crunch
Family
the
dog.
numbers on how many dogs
she's
she's had?
108, so let's take 10 away, say 98. 98, and the average life of a dog is about 12 years.
That's
So-
generous, yeah,
Is that
depending on the
correct?
breed.
Is that correct?
I'll go with 12 if you want to crunch the numbers.
She's had 8 dogs, 8 different dogs.
Wow, awesome.
Imagine how many.
She's probably had more dogs. She strikes me. I mean, this is so interesting. But she strikes me as a woman who doesn't just just have the one dog running up the hallway.
Could have had 16 dogs in that
She'd
time.
have
Crazy
3
dog
dogs,
lady.
and she probably has a cockatoo in the backyard.
That doesn't make any
At that
I can
age?
tell you.
No way. She's too old for that.
Every day.
Hello.
That's what old people do.
I don't think the penny's dropped with you yet.
Oh, it's ostentatious over here.
You haven't got a story about a 22-year-old goldfish, have you, mate?
What are you going to do next? Mount Isa?
Who's Isa?
Went to Mount Martha, but she wasn't home.
Oh,
For goodness sake.
Couple of those old rippers.
oh my gosh. Coming up, have you seen a fight in your supermarket? Oh, this is a good one. Here we go.
yeah.
Really
It's the
beauty.
hard
Raising
stuff.
the standard here.
This is a beauty.
Huge brawl has broken out at Woolies in Taree.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Anyone been to the old supermarket in Tamworth lately? Hold me, baby, I'm about to get in a fight. Did you see the
Yeah, this was a huge knuckle, wasn't it?
Oh, huge knuckle. This knuckle broke out in the supermarket, Kate.
Really?
Fists flying everywhere.
Which
a couple of ladies.
aisle?
Teenagers punched on in aisle 3 over the price of the avocados, I believe.
No, it'd either be, if you're in Tamworth, it'd be Prime or
Yeah, to be prime, I think.
Nangs. They're probably trying to buy those.
What a nangs.
What are you talking about?
What a nangs.
They've run out of something.
Yeah.
It's for cakes. It's
Of black and gold baked
the-
beans.
And it wouldn't be avocados in the aisle. Avocados aren't in the aisle.
that's
Avocados
true.
are usually at the front
Yep.
part on like a stand.
To make you feel good and healthy about when you first walk into the
Yeah.
supermarket before you hit the fat aisle.
The moment that the lady says, "Can you hold my baby while I go in?" That's it. That's probably a moment you'll look back in life and go, wrong decision.
What? Is that what she actually said?
Hold my baby, I got to fight. I'm on. It's like hold my beer. Could you could we play a little bit of the audio just to see some of the language and how heated it got? Go for it, Jess. Come on, the lads, start pushing. Oh,
Give the baby.
you've knocked the cookies and cream over.
There's an older man that's having a go at a young guy.
But you
Like,
notice he's got the what is it? The labourer's handbag.
Oh, the hot chook. Has he got a hot chook?
He's got a roast chook in the bag.
And he won't put it down. So she's prepared to sacrifice the baby and have someone else hold it. He's not putting the chicken down. I'm in the half price aisle. We've got specials here in aisle 6.
I wonder if, though, you know those
Put
items...
your chicken down. You're in a fight.
Well, if it's the last chook, you don't want to put that down.
That's true.
Well, I remember at Franklin's No Frills, if there were damaged items, you have to sell them for cheap.
Yeah,
That would be
okay.
great. You probably could save quite a bit of coin if you wait a day or two and get some of those items afterwards, Kate.
Dinted cans of baked beans.
Dinted?
Yeah, dinted.
Dented.
Is it?
You don't dent it.
Don't you dint it?
You dent it, don't you?
I thought you dented it and you got a dent in your car. Is it not a
You're
dent?
thinking of a dinky on a bike.
Oh,
No,
you mean a
not.
ding.
Dinted.
No, I've dented it.
What if you dint your car? You don't dint your car, do you?
Yeah, you dint it and then it's got a dent in it.
No.
So it's
No, it's not
it's
dinted.
pre and post. That's what we're talking here.
It's not
No,
come
mate.
and came.
Huh?
It's not. It's not come and came. He's thinking it's the same as pre and post. It's not. It's dented.
doing?
You dent a car. And I dented somebody else's car. I didn't dented somebody's
And what's
car.
the other
no,
example?
that's the thing. You've gone post again.
I what?
Dint.
Kate
No, not the denting. The
came to my front door
no,
the other day.
no. Use yourself in the sentence.
So just have a look at the screen here for dint and dinted. So the past tense is dinted, and to dint is the pre.
No, that's
That's
not.
both.
Is
It's right
it
there.
go down to is it dint or dent in
Doesn't
Australia?
matter. You've got it right
No,
there in the
no,
dictionary from the
no.
Oxford language.
Can't
It's
even
dent.
see that.
See,
My
there it
eyes
is.
are so bad.
Comes from dent.
Don't
I put
dint
a dint in the car.
Don't dint the car.
Yeah.
No, that's
no, that's
not
in
right.
a sentence.
That's
Don't
so-
dint the car. I
No.
always pronounce it as dint as a child here in Sydney.
That is. It's
What?
not. No, that is.
What is the meaning of dint?
They're saying that's wrong.
No, it's not. What is the meaning of dint?
How
The
did we
force of
get-
power
how-
to something used what? Chiefly in the phrase.
It's never good when we read out the internet live on air, guys.
No, but
just
when
as
I'm-
a sudden, because it's really.
Oh, well, I'm correct anyway, so up your bum with a broken stubby. I'm reading off the internet.
You're not correct at all.
Well, I am. It says it there. I mean, if you
Say
want,
that
if you
at
want,
9 o'clock.
if you want to fight the internet, go and fight the internet.
You've been fighting the internet for years.
Go to
That
the
is
top,
that
Jess.
is incorrect.
Just go to the top.
And it says, is it in Australia? It says that's incorrect.
So you can fight the 259,000 search results that turned up in 0.36 seconds. That's your battle after 9.
Why are we even talking about this when we were talking about a Barney at in Tamworth at
Come
the
and came.
supermarket?
You dinted the whole break.
Come on, Came.
Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie.
Hey, that's a secret. Podcast password.
If you want to get your hands on stacks of great prizes, just head over to our Instagram stories at Fitzy Wippa Kate and enter this password. Today's password is...
Groundhog.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I love a fairy tale in sport, right? And I think Australia, you need to get behind this guy. I admire the English Premier League so much, but I'm not a huge fan. I'm not invested in the English Premier League. I think it's one of the greatest sporting competitions in the world. The amount of money, the fans...
The world game.
Oh, my gosh, the amount people are invested in that competition is unbelievable,
What game
right?
did we go to?
We went to Chelsea West Ham. Didn't we? Yeah, at Stamford Bridge.
Oh, awesome.
Which was unbelievable because they had to take the West Ham supporters in first.
That's right.
And the police surrounded them, and then all the Chelsea fans could come in after them.
Man, the love was there.
So anyway, Australia, there is an Australian that has just been appointed the coach of Tottenham Hotspurs, right? And they finished 8th on the ladder last year. This is an amazing story. I'm about to play you. His name is Ange Postecoglou. If you're not a soccer fan... You will be now, because this could be such a fairy tale story. Mm-hmm. Just quickly before I play this audio for you, because this guy is so motivational. In 2008, he couldn't get a job as a coach for any A-League team here in Australia, right?
Okay.
No one wanted him. So he did special comments, and he was a commentator.
Sure.
Fast forward 15 years, he is now coaching one of the biggest
Premier League
teams in the world, which is crazy, right? He's getting paid $10 million a year. He's just signed a 4-year contract.
Jeez.
Now, people are trying to work out, like, how good did he get? And, I mean, this was a speech that he did in 2015, I think it was, to the Socceroos boys, because he coached the Socceroos for a while there, to go out there for a World Cup qualifier and to get the boys motivated.
You think about the person in your life, as I've always said to you, it could be your mum, could be your dad, could be your brother, sister, uncle, grandfather, partner, friend, coach. Somebody in your life that, when you started, believed in you more than anyone else.
Well done, Trent!
That when you said, I want to play football and you were passionate about it, they're the ones that made the sacrifices. They're the ones that pushed you. That when people said to you, you're not good enough, they're the ones that picked you up and said, no, you keep going.
Oh, bad luck. Come on, Jack. Oh.
Think about that person. Think about how that person's going to feel when we win tonight. When they're at home and the text messages start coming through to them and people ringing them and people sharing the experience with them. And when they wake up tomorrow morning in Australia and everyone wants to talk to them, they'll feel like it's them that's achieved it. And you know what? It is them. Because that's who you're walking out with tonight. When I walk out, my old man's next to me. He's a hard man, my old man. Still is today. But he's the one that kept saying to me, no, you can keep doing what you're doing. You're going to love this game and you're going to make it to the very top. Hard man, though. When we won the Asian Cup, said, went to his place because he can't travel. Here's the Asian Cup medal. Dad? He goes, well done, son, but if you'd made a substitution a little bit earlier and you stopped this playing out from the back, it wouldn't have gone into extra time and you'd be fine. Still a hard man. Can't please him. That's who made me. He walks out with me tonight. So you reckon if my old man was out there, he'd be afraid of Germans, Argentinians, Brazilians? That's not what he instilled into me when I was young. That's not the people who made that sacrifice for you in your life. That's not how they raised you. So let them walk out with you tonight. That when the opposition are looking across at you, they're not just looking at you, they're looking at what made you. They're looking at the people who made you. You wouldn't be sitting here today unless there was a person in your life who just gave you the most enormous love and belief that, you know what, I don't give a what happens to me, what people say about me, what challenges I have, I'm going to make it. All right, enjoy your lunch.
That's not even before the game. That was before lunch.
My God, I had goosebumps.
Isn't it amazing?
I love that.
Do you know, and the amazing story about Ange Postecoglou, because he just coached Celtic and had amazing success with them. Before that, he was at a Japanese club called Yokohama. And speeches like that, he had 3 different translators in the room to talk to the Japanese guys, one to talk Portuguese to the Brazilian guys,
my God.
and another translator to get messages like that across every Saturday, before every game. So he had to relay these messages, and he ended up winning with them. He won with the Brisbane Roar. He won the Asian Cup with the Socceroos, and now he's at Tottenham Hotspur. So if you're not a football fan, I just urge you to keep an eye on Tottenham Hotspur, and this could be one of Australia's biggest fairy tale sporting.
Yeah. When you said when he said that's lunch, you're right. I thought we were going to have a huge roar and they're about to run out on the field.
No, that was just before lunch.
They're just picking up the chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, well, they went out and they lost the game.
No,
but it was an amazing show.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
What are the chances?
All right, here we go. Marissa, welcome to the show. What are the chances?
Hi. So my dad recently visited his hometown, and he had this photo of him and a few family members as well as these 2 other little boys.
Yeah.
And he never knew who they were. And then it turned out while he was visiting his hometown that this guy comes up to him and goes, "Oh, I've got a photo of you." And it is the exact same photo that Dad has.
That is unbelievable. How many years are we talking here, Marissa? 30, 40?
About 40, 50 years different.
Oh, wow. So it's an old black and white photo.
That's wild.
Isn't it amazing?
And Dad never knew who these 2 little boys were, but now he knows.
And you would have... Isn't it amazing to know that someone else is cherishing the same photo that you had?
A photo of someone they don't know.
Yeah, Dad absolutely loved it. He tells the story consistently now.
It's a good story.
his go-to.
Isn't it interesting that maybe there was some power above that brought them back together again, for a reason?
Yeah,
You've got
if
to
you
think
believe in
about
that
why.
kind of
I
stuff,
don't.
yeah.
Okay,
If
definitely.
you want to be that type of person
Yeah, I
that
am
believes
that
in
guy.
something
Yeah,
that's
I
not
think
true
it's
and
good
it's
to
not
believe in
science.
something.
Nicole in Winmalee, what are the chances?
Oh, hey guys. I was on a Kentucky tour in America with my partner. We were in New Orleans, so we were just out exploring for the day. We were a bit hungover, so we ducked into a little diner to have lunch and sat down. Then a few minutes later, in walks my Year 6 maths teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we had a little
good.
chat.
That's
Oh, wow.
What are the chances?
What a coincidence.
Fitzy was after more, but I mean, you're in a small town and you're just exploring for the day, and your maths teacher arrives.
On the other side of the world.
Yeah, that's unique.
Yeah.
That
What
doesn't
are
happen
the
every day.
chances?
I got a photo on the weekend from my Year 7 teacher with 2 of my classmates, Kim Hodgkiss and Craig Stevens, and they were having a beer together.
Oh, see, that's great. What are
the chances?
Pretty likely.
Pretty high.
Christina in Mulgrave. Welcome to the show, Christina. What are the
Hello.
chances?
Well, when I was in labour with my son, I was waiting for my epidural, and anyway, my mum was by my side with my partner, and the anaesthetist walks in, and it was my mum's first love, her first boyfriend when she was like 15, from 35 years prior. So she started to get a bit flustered, and then they just talked the whole time.
Oh, that is amazing.
What are the chances?
That would be pretty amazing. Was he pretty flustered as well to see Mum?
Yeah, he was a bit. He just started chatting, and then they kind of just. I think my mum was more flustered. He didn't really care so much. It was just my mum.
God, you can imagine as he's putting the needle into your back there and he's chatting away to your mum, you can't feel your legs and then your arms go.
And then you can't see your mum anymore because she's drifted off behind the curtain with the anaesthetist.
Oh, she's getting her own epidural.
Next thing you know, the trolley's rocking. Oh, my God, not that injection.
Sorry, Christina.
Is that everyone? Tom, did we have another call there?
Yeah, there's a
would
couple
be
more
nice to
floating
go to
through.
someone else.
Just so we're not...
So we don't end on that.
Yeah.
Poor Mum. They couldn't feel it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, well, you don't want to end on that,
9
Phil.
months later, he was giving an epidural to the mother.
It
Because
does
of his
actually,
own work.
Grow up.
it does actually look like they were the last of the calls.
So we can get out on the injection.
So, Kate, you've got to pick a winner here.
Me? Well, we need to give the prize to Christina, don't we?
Well done, Christina.
Yeah, you should.
Congratulations. We're
Well done, Christina.
I'm so sorry.
Not implying
Thank
that your
you
mum
so
did anything,
much.
but you're going along to Nova's Turn Up the Lights Vivid Sydney party. It's now on until June 17. Check out the full program and plan your trip at vividsydney.com. It's all yours, Christina.
Thank you so much.
Take your mum.
Thanks.
Fitzy and Wippa with Kate